And we are underway, folks. Under 19 clash between the QRL Sapphires, New South Wales City. Short kickoff early. I don't know if that was intended. Certainly the outcome, though. This one set for 20 minutes. Do apologise, our timer hasn't started yet. And already it's New South Wales coming up towards and over the 40. Solid running early, in off her wing to defend. Turnover there for Queensland.
If you are hungry or looking for some food and drinks, on the western side of the stadium, the canteen is open and available, and we also have game day programs for sale for $4. So if you're looking for any of those things, head over to the western side of the stadium and help yourself sit back and enjoy some great female rugby league.
Sherrington out of dummy half and one out. Directing the troops, and already a lift in standard. As Hopkins goes high and relatively straight, and unfortunately left to bounce there by Peters, but she got her hands out of the way, which was a good start. Zoe Cass up there in defence. A great chase from the Queenslander. The New South Wales begin their set pretty much right on halfway, and just as I say that, how about you go back another 10? Gorgeous, gorgeous work there. And again, some solid fielding. Cherrington the 9 there. And Hanisi helping out on that one. And they team up again to let the City Girls know, you're on our turf. New South Wales away to the right. Ebony Lang in 8. Line set. The 7 is Tamati. Out to the speedster. Siamo Williams with a ball drop, and a lot of great defensive pressure there from Queensland. Massive shot again, just returning the favour. Good ground up the middle. There from Jazz Peters. And Eb Lang plays the ball. Apologies, Destiny Brill there, out the back. And through hands nicely and straightening is Ebony Lang. She's had quite a bit of involvement early. Brill marches up and looks right. What's on for Tamati? Sloppy there again. What's the referee saw? We've got a player down in midfield. Looks like it could be a knee, is it? Just on the 40. We'll wait for some pictures. Give you an idea of who it is. Some heavy shots early in this one between the QRL Sapphires and New South Wales City. Plenty of feeling, as you'd expect.
Just like to make a shout out to our sponsors, Harvey and also the Northern Bay Region Council. Thank you very much for hosting us today and supporting what we're doing here with our women's game. Without your support, we wouldn't be to take our women.
While we ascertain the true nature of things going on here, we'll just have a look at some of this early action. Correction. Oh, player sitting up. That's great. That's fantastic, and looks to be moving under her own steam, although the other trainer's been called on. And I've got to tell you, folks, the spirit in which this carnival, this week has been played has been amazing. players getting, cheered off with a guard of honour from many different states, and just amazing stuff. A lot of our male athletes, including myself, could take something out of these particular women's books. Play the ball comes out through Brill. Kicking ahead, but mopped up nicely there. Cassie Tohi Hiku, fullback. It's been busy early for New South Wales. Now they have to work their way out from the goal line. Groggy. Is Cassie getting to her feet? To the left they go, and it's all short 1 out and 2 out stuff at this stage. Great defence from Queensland. That's the benefit of some early big shots, is there is that sense of intimidation. If you want to try and run at our edge, you're going to cop it just like that, is what the Queenslanders are saying. They set to the right. Straightening things up. A shining light has been Ebony Lang for New South Wales City. Right and one again we go. The early kicks and plenty of pressure there from Tiamo Williams on that kick. And Queensland have the ball through Paki right on halfway to start things. Another stop in play with injury on the 10. This will be the second New South Wales City player in a matter of minutes to go off injured. Fortunately, both girls conscious and walking off assisted, but walking off nonetheless. Get you some details on players that are affected as soon as we can, folks. Ball will be played with Brill a dummy half. She goes right to Larson, the captain, who straightens. They reverse the order. Now it's Larson to Brill, who spots some metres up the ruck. Strong running from the Queensland hooker. Ferguson in a dummy half. Huge run. Again from Eb Lang. And Jasmine Peters. 25 out. Brill looks around, looks to cause some trouble. They try at that right edge. Pops up, and now it's 1-on-1. Closed down nicely by the City girls. Setting out to the left. Keen to get her hands on it was Tamati. And caught nicely in goal. She's playing well early, but dragged back in. Tohi Hiku. Gee, she's been put under pressure early, the New South Wales fullback. The kicking game has been exceptional from Jada Ferguson and, of course, Courtney Tamati. Put her under pressure every single time, getting a result. And we didn't perhaps see that in some of the earlier open games. Kicking and hoping. Queensland's certainly kicking early for results, outcomes, and that's what they need. But they're letting this one run. The return is huge stuff. Jasmine Peters with the don't argue of the century from a fullback. That was bouncy. And now Queensland have some space up the middle. Textbook tackle there from Louisa in 6 for New South Wales. Strong running from Williams. She's that winger that's just big enough to play back row, either side, either way. And here's another strong running outside back for Queensland. In Karoy. Again, Tamati looks left. Likely suspect in Keely Joseph, who's been running that edge all day, just looking for the ball. Back to Tamati, who tries to do the little Alfie Langer. And Queensland get caught up in a bit of a mess. And I think you'll find we have a changeover 10 metres out. New South Wales playing the ball. 10 metres out, and again, Cassie Tohihiku, the fullback, she has absolutely played her heart out in these opening couple of minutes. Still 0-all, though, and some strong running there from Andy Robinson in the gold. Certainly feeling out there, as there always is between these two great states. New South Wales now on a roll, I was going to say, but a loose carry there and a bit of a late hit, but as is the way in the women's game, it's just get on with it. No argy-bargy. Another scrum, Queensland feed. Sorry, New South Wales feed. Queensland knock on and playing at the ball. We are 5 metres, New South Wales side, of halfway. Out to the right come New South Wales. Cherrington, dummy half. Whelan. Strong relief running from the winger. Again, they look to the right. Beautiful ball from Hopkins. Cherrington again, and now they've got something about them. Hopkins again with their hands on the footy. Tegan Dimmick in 13. Left edge, dummy, straighten, run and score! Louisa Yaranamua. Classic. 1 out. 5/8 play here. Just looks up at the options. Queensland sliding across. She dummies and appears to sell that to them. Too big, too strong, straightens and scores. Well, New South Wales, they were patient, and I've got to say, Queensland had all the early running and looked intimidating in defence. But they got their chance, New South Wales, and they're on the board first. Well, and absorbing, I should say, first 11 minutes of play. A real arm wrestle, and you felt like it was going to take just one defensive lapse to really break the game open, and that's what's happened. Jess Whelan has to say a difficult one, particularly with this breeze. Low and hard, that's the way you want to kick those. Plenty of power from Jess, but just away to the side of the uprights. Definitely got the distance. A lot of players in the earlier games getting under the ball, and in this breeze, it's just going to make it such a long journey, but Jess Whelan there, straight through the ball. Beautiful power. Kick-off pressure, the call from the Queensland camp as they look to return the ball. Bailey Davies, who gets us underway. A bit of a wobbler. Fielded roughly 30 out from New South Wales, and some good front on defence there. Again, the tackling technique on both sides has been exemplary in this under-19s clash, but it's the speed of the play the ball at New South Wales that's causing serious problems. And Ruben Cherrington, she has absolutely stepped up in the last 5. Fraction high there. A call from the crowd. The game allowed to go on. New South Wales now 40 metres out. To the left. Yaranamua goes to the air, and it gets messy out on that left-hand side. Is the call 6 more, or have we called a knock on? Oh, no. Knock on call. See the vision there. Yaranamua, a great kick because there's just so much space to work with and really one person there from Queensland to do all the work. Bailey Davies. Straight through it, but she did a great job in cleaning up after that one because it could have got a little dangerous. New South Wales, loose head and feed though, 22 out. Even closer perhaps. Be interesting to see what they conjure up here. Hopkins. To Kennard. Strong run. Comes left, Sherrington the live wire. Pryor into dummy half. Dummies across the face. Hopkins out to the 12. Catch and pass will do it, but oh, she held on. Unlike wingers to not want to share tries with each other. But I've got to tell you, the look from up here as if a catch and pass was a simple draw and pass procedure. As they come back to the middle. Hanisi. She's been great. To the left, Hopkins kicks it on. That's Zoe Cass getting caught in the corner in the 20 for New South Wales. These games different, folks, to our opening games. There will be 20-minute halves. So there's essentially 24 and a half minutes of game time left in this game, where our initial games were 20 minutes all told. As Queensland work their way back out. Strong run from Payne, who gets the ball on, and a huge fend. Queensland penalty. Referees have been consistent. It was Destiny Brill there, the big fend. And she just wanted to get up. The refs have been consistent all day with allowing speed to play the ball. And it's seen some really great point scoring up the middle of the ruck. Parky taps it. Ends up with the inside ball on the chest of Wheel. Parky again into dummy half. Looks for Ferguson, but runs herself. Wheel now finds Ferguson. Inside, but strongly met. It's Joseph. Brill now. Goes to the right again. To Marty. Cut out ball. Backwards it looked off the fingers there of Peters. Referee agrees. To the right to Marty. Karoy. She's been strong when she's had it. Hasn't had too much though. To Marty. Away and the kick goes almost backwards. Who picks this up? Falling on it. And adjudged to have knocked it on. And Andy Robinson for New South Wales will play the ball 12 metres shy of halfway her side. Strong defence from the 15 in Queensland there. Nikita Sow. Let her presence be felt, and again on that one. Three in a row for Sow. Her and Wheel a little slow to get up there. And if I can see it, everyone can see it. The referee's consistent on speed to play the ball. Get out of the ruck. Penalty for New South Wales. And they maybe get an extra 5 to 10 off that one. And their tap will be 33 metres out of the Queensland line. Hanisi. Strong again. To the left they go. Hannah Larson, the captain, is it? No, it's 23. That was the 13, pardon. But a rather deflating end to that promising set for New South Wales if you're a Southerner. Queensland really getting let off there, and they've really got to regroup and do what they were doing at the start of this game, I think, in order to keep things going forward. That intensity up the middle of the ruck, that hard-hitting defence, the basic stuff to get that platform to go forward. Loose head and feed, 22 out. Ferguson gets it on to Cherrington, who has just been everywhere. Strong running there. That was Janky. And again, they're on a roll, Queensland. Got to be consistent here, you would think. She's saying, just get on it, on with it, don't milk it. Cherrington goes right. Finds Tamati. On to Peters. Tamaki into dummy half. Face ball was behind. Hannah Larson. I don't think she overran that. I think that got dragged back a fraction too much for her. We'll see on the replay here. It just feels like that one was not the best ball. Yep. No, she did as good as she could. But again, when a team's just getting that roll on, they're letting themselves down. Whether, as the late great man would say, silly bloody penalties and silly bloody mistakes. And that's our first half, folks. Been an arm wrestle. We've had some significant injuries to a number of New South Wales players. They did, however, capitalise to get the only points of the match so far. At halftime, we have New South Wales 4, QLD Sapphires 0. 20 to go. And I've got to tell you, if you've just joined us in a really entertaining first half, a couple of injuries to New South Wales. We understand that both girls are doing okay. But it was an absolute arm wrestle and just one defensive lapse that really let Queensland down. They'd be filthy about that. We're underway and there's some great speed and intent on the first hit up there. Jada Lafipo. Battle of the Nines has been very interesting. Brill for Queensland. Cherrington for New South Wales. Whenever the nine has been up and about, the team has been up and about, I found in that first stanza. It's Brill who gets first use of it. To the right we go, and the kick is a high one. Into that right corner, easily picked up there by Zoe Cass for New South Wales. Dummy half, the fullback Cassie Tohihiku, one of the best players for New South Wales in that first half. Way to the right goes Hopkins. Kennard, a dummy half. And Hanisi, another good one for New South Wales in half one. Scooting across. Solid defence there from Queensland. Nikita Sow, she was very good. Sorry, that was Fiona Janke. Multiple hands on this one. Referee waves 6 again. Lateral movement from New South Wales. Again up the middle, just getting caught with the ball. 40 out. 30 in fact, as we come to the left again, showing and going straight across the face to Tavaga. And Yaranamua gets it out the back to Cass. Ebony Pryor is on in 16. Short ball, one out, covered by Queensland. Pryor again at dummy half. Flicks it up. Yaranamua stops, props, goes back the other way, straightens and is met solidly by Hannah Larson, the captain. To the right they go. The kick through. Cleaned up nicely by Faith Tutahua. The Queenslanders now working away off their goal line. Lefipo's been great in 10 since she came on. Great intent as the ball spills out the back there. It's Karoy. Brill. Back inside and across for Tamati, who leads the chase, puts everyone on side on that right edge. And Cass, who's been heavily involved, Zoe Cass, returns the ball for New South Wales. Tackle 2 now, 3 metres short of halfway. Time called. I reckon that's the 15, Nikita Sow for Queensland. I could be wrong. Bit of glare coming off the jersey. It is indeed. Just a bit of a head clash there with a teammate. I tell you, Sow has been impressive defensively. So good to see her back on her feet. Straight running all day, every day. Hanisi. To the right they go. Hopkins straightens. Pryor into dummy half. Everyone gets in a row just a little bit. Yaranamua. Pitching wedge out in front of the Queensland winger and an easy return. Solid defence there. Led by Hanisi, but a great run nonetheless. Is that a knock on? I believe it is. Loose carry will be the ruling. Good field position for New South Wales City. We look on the replay here. Jada Lefipo has been very good, but just a little loose there. Strong tackling from New South Wales. Loose head and feed. 38 out. To the right they go. Hopkins has been busy and she injects herself to dummy half and looks right. Back in through to Cassie Tohihiku. Pryor at dummy half. To the left to Hopkins, who gives a ball that, to be fair, I think Kennard thought she was a decoy runner and was not expecting the ball there at all. If we have a look at this, she was as surprised as anyone, I think, but you've got to always be expecting it, I guess. Comes to the left, gives her the ball. Maybe a look up to that defensive line. It's a pressure that a hitter like Sal can provide. We pack down again on the Queensland 40-metre line. Bit of width. And it's Karoy who's a bit proppy getting to her feet. Keep an eye on her. She makes her way back out to the right edge for Queensland. Trainer is out there. To the left go Queensland. Lovely stepping there. Levin is Wheel who plays the ball. Ferguson stopping, propping, getting smacked there. Pryor comes in, second woman in that tackle. To the right, to Marty. Goes to the air, it's short, it's relatively easy there for Cass. Just feel that kick didn't have enough on it to give her chasers any opportunity. Tohi Hiku has been good for New South Wales. Pryor untidy out of dummy half, and all of a sudden, only 4 points up. New South Wales show Queensland a little bit of leg. Been talking about this girl all game, Cassie Tohi Hiku. She has just been involved, and that's what you want your fullback to be. Pryor perhaps looking up at the defensive line again before collecting the ball, but just not a clean take there out of dummy half. Oh. So Courtney Tamati will feed, and Destiny Brill picks up to provide the extra person, and it goes through the hands Ferguson. Peters plays the ball. Lafipo attracts three defenders. Still going, not called held. And we have an issue there with the 13 of New South Wales. Looking injured. I feel for New South Wales there though. I mean, there's no call of held, and then we get called for holding for too long. I mean, certainly not one that I saw, but again, I'm a long way away. Big head of steam. That's Yankee. Gee, she went close. And going in for the line, Destiny Brill for Queensland scores under the post, and aren't they happy about it? Gee, she's been involved, Brill, and I made mention earlier that every time the number 9 from each side was up, the sides tended to lift with them, and Brill's been the dominant number 9 in the first half of this second half, I must say. You see her here, sums it up, plenty of space on the left, doesn't give anything away, and just leg drive, gets through. She's been a pest to New South Wales, and that's what you want from your number 9. She may have hurt herself there, left shoulder. This will almost certainly give Queensland the lead. After New South Wales have held the lead for the majority of this game. It's Bailey Davies in 20. Bailey Davies steps it out. 15 out, directly in front. This to put Queensland ahead. Taking her time, letting the clock go. She's in. Kicks through the ball, and just like that, Queensland are ahead, folks. 6 points to 4. 8 minutes to go at the Harvey Norman Women's National Championship. So now if you're New South Wales, you know you need to score again before the end of the game. 7 minutes, nearly 8, plenty of time. Kickoff just holds up in that breeze. It's been building all day. And it's Ferguson who gets met solidly, the 6 for Queensland. Certainly lifted in the second half. Strong run. Mackenzie Wheel. There's intensity on both sides as Joseph runs a good edge in the 12th for Queensland, met by some solid defence. Pryor among them. The right side again for Queensland. Cherrington, strong one-on-one. Left, then back to right and straightening. Keely Joseph. Here goes Destiny Brill again. She stands in the tackle with plenty of strength. Peters skipping through and then trying to throw a ball that is propelled towards the opposition goalpost, and we will have a scrum pack down. Queensland nearly away. They're 12 metres out from the New South Wales line. New South Wales now, plenty of time on the clock, begin the long process of coming out of their half. Upended is Wilson, the 14. Cherrington goes to the right. Big name players now starting to get really involved. Tegan Dimmick into dummy half again for a jaunt is Cassie Tohi Hiku. Most involved fullback of the day, I'd say. Strong running through. Hanisi it was again. Cherrington gets herself into a bit of a tiz, but straightens up and gets to a 5/8 in Yaranamua, who gets it away. The ball be returned. Almost through the hole. She is through the hole. Go, go, go. Jasmine Peters scream this Brisbane crowd. Skipping out a halfback. I should say out of the ruck was Ebony Lang, and now it's that girl again, Destiny Brill, getting another 10 metres, and just like that she's going to be playing the ball about 28 out. Giving her a moment. There was an interesting continuation, if you could call it, of that tackle. No doubt the referee's just consulting touch judges about at this stage. We'll have a look at that here. So tackle's effective there. Nothing in that. Not entirely sure what we're waiting for, folks. I'll just have a quick look across the ground. There's no one down. Seemed to me to be an effective and legal tackle. The clock continues to count down as time off has not been called. So if you're New South Wales, you've got to be saying, why aren't we playing, ma'am? Oh, there's an injury down the other end of the field. I do apologise. Strongly apologise. One of the New South Wales players has been carried off. It's obscured by my TV screen and I didn't see it when I stood up. We'll get you news on that lady as soon as it comes to hand. Just looks knocked about as Queensland are on the attack again. The 12 for Queensland, straight through. Keely Joseph so close, metres away. Brill wants her second, denied. Sal goes into dummy half, looks to the left, long ball. Ferguson tidied up. And we'll have a changeover. Zali Hopkins with the ball. We'll play it on her 10-metre line. Solid defence there again from Sal. She's a hit machine, this woman. Been the name of the game. It's been some epic hits. Remembering this is under 19s. Under 19s. Again, a little bit of a limp on for a New South Wales player. Brill is off the field for Queensland, the hooker. Pryor has been good. Looks to the left. Ball turned inside. Nice, strong, hard run. This lady has got batteries on her, I tell you what. Hanisi, she has been amazing for New South Wales. As City look to kick long, it's actually not a bad one. Queensland get in each other's way. Jasmine Peters, solid at the back. End-to-end stuff. Oh, intercept ball. Jessica Whelan is taken into touch. Oh, the hearts of every Queenslander were in their mouths as Jess Whelan, who's renowned for her speed, gets this ball, an errant ball there, it has to be said, for Ferguson. No need to fire that when there's 2 minutes left on the clock. Coach will have a word, but coming across, some amazing work there. Amazing work. Keely Joseph, take a bow. But you've got to ask the question, I mean, Jada Ferguson's had a great game. What is she doing throwing this ball with 2 minutes to go in a game where she's up by 2 points? And almost shut the gate, but how about this? It's reminiscent of Scotty Sattler, I feel. The second rower running down the speedy back. And that's got to lift Queensland. And Jada Ferguson's got to be feeling a little bit better for that. Again, the long balls. For mine, I can't understand it, but these girls have been amazing all game, so I'm not going to question it any further. Sal, been good out of dummy half. And it's the 1 and 2 out stuff you really want, isn't it? That's Hannah Sorensen with the ball. Got another injury concern. It's not surprising given the pace and ferocity of this game and the way these girls have really put in. There are a few people who are going to be pretty sore tomorrow. To the right we come, Queensland. Tamati's been good in this second half. Sow at dummy half. Skips out one. Across to Ferguson, who kicks high. Guess who, folks? Cassie gets the ball. Gee, she's been good. I mean, look, if they go on to not win this one, just about best in a losing side. Up there, I think, really. Hanisi's been amazing as well for New South Wales City. 25 seconds to go. You'd have to think they're going to have to get expansive, and Queensland are going to have to aim up in defence. They've probably got 2 plays left of this as Pryor comes to the left. Now they start to look with some space. That's gone a mile forward and it's gone into touch. And Queensland will let this one count down. And the home crowd will tell you what they think as we see this one here. Really needs to go wider early in my thoughts. That ball. Out and Queensland. You can see what it means to them. Well done, New South Wales City. Very valiant, an arm wrestle of sorts. They go down 6 points to 4.